El Clasico is tomorrow. Barcelona versus Real Madrid at the Camp Nou in La Liga. This is potentially a La Liga title decider. So I'm sitting here with the Real Madrid fan, of course. G, what do you think going into this El Clasico?
This is a must win for Real Madrid. This is do or die. If there's any hope or chance of winning the league, winning the title, and retaining, this is it. It comes down to going to the Camp Nou, going to Barcelona, and taking this fixture by the horns and just having to outplay Barcelona in the Camp Nou. They've done something they can't do. They've given Barcelona uh, too much confidence. They've given them confidence against Real Madrid in the past two matches where they've underperformed, and the players are getting sick of it. They're getting tired of it. I've seen Luka Modric come out and say they can play better, that they have confidence going into the Camp Nou, they can do it. And I trust in my players to go over there and get the job done. Look, Barca have been great in the league. But let's not forget that this year, this didn't happen 2 years ago, 3 years ago. In this same league campaign, Real Madrid dominated them in the Bernabeu. It was domination. That's when it mattered the most for 3 points. It wasn't a cup tie. It wasn't the Super Cup or even to a certain extent Copa del Rey. However you want to see it. This is for the league. This is the most important El Clasico, as important as it gets for league points, especially when it's coming down this close to where it's the end of the season. Every point, every match matters. Real Madrid have to get it done. This is a do or die. And when it comes to matches of this magnitude where it comes down to who wants it more, I think Real Madrid are going to want it more than Barca do. That's what it's going to come down to. I think Vinny is due a good game. He reads the media. He sees what everybody says, that Araujo it pockets him every time. Vinny is due a big game, and I think that's what's we're going to see. I think Vinny's going to have a great game. Benzema's going to do what he does, and this Real Madrid team is going to step up when it matters the most.
It's bold. It's very bold. What I'll say, I expect actually quite the opposite. I expect Barcelona to handle their business here. If Barcelona win this El Clasico at home in the Camp Nou, La Liga is over, done and dusted. It's all over. Xavi can basically hoist the title after the game because it is all over. 12 points clear of Real Madrid. They still have some tough fixtures left, but to drop 12 points, it's virtually impossible given how good Barcelona have been in the league this season, and given they have probably the best defense in Europe. They have literally they've conceded less than 10 goals in La Liga this season, and we're almost done with the season. That's how incredible this Barcelona defense has been. So to drop 12 points after they potentially win this game, it would be virtually impossible. It would basically be all done and dusted. So I expect Barcelona to handle their business at home. Xavi and these players know if we win this match, we win La Liga.
Even if they draw. I mean,
even if they draw.
This is how important this match is. Madrid have to be perfect.
They have to win.
This is why
a draw is a loss for Real Madrid.
This is how difficult this game is going to be, because it depends how Barca are going to view this game. If they're going to be complacent with, all we need is a draw and we're done and dusted. So it's going to be very difficult, because now we have to play a Barca team that's more defensive, that we have to break down. It's something Madrid have struggled with, but something they can do. We've seen them do it. I mean, we just saw them do it against Liverpool, be able to break them down and play pretty free-flowing football. I mean, that's some of the best football I've seen from Real Madrid recently, and it's a boost going into this game, because this is where we need all that. We need to keep that same energy going into this game.
Yeah, I will say, even though it was only a 1-0, I was very impressed watching that Real Madrid performance against Liverpool in the second leg at the Bernabeu, because I sat there and I said, this is some of the best football I've seen Real Madrid play in a long time. Camavinga, amazing performance. Obviously, Modric, Toni Kroos, they're still class. I'm not sure what the midfield trio is going to be in El Clasico, but no matter what it is, it's going to be fine, because Real Madrid's midfield is incredible, and they have incredible depth in the midfield. They could slot Valverde in there. If Tchouaméni is fit, he could play in there.
Well, Tchouaméni's been getting his fitness back up, and
I'm sure
Madrid is starting to get a little bit more healthy. I think the only players we are currently down is Ferland Mendy and David Alaba, but they're back in training. So, I mean, they've been training separate away from the team. They're not going to be match fit, obviously, to play at all. But we're able to bring on Rodrigo off the bench if he doesn't start. We're able to bring back Valverde if he doesn't start. Tchouaméni's on the bench. We got him. We got Ceballos. We started to get some of that depth back. That was a problem earlier on in the season, where it looked like we basically had an 11-man roster.
Yeah.
But it's starting to get healthy when we need it to, especially going into this match. And I think this match is a pride game. More than anything, the players need this just for their confidence and their pride, just because you can't let Barca go basically three-peat you in a row and just beat you 3 times. That can't happen. As Real Madrid, that's unacceptable. You can't let it. Even though, I know I've criticized the Super Cup as many times, for the Saudi Cup I call it, but these are games. Anytime you play Barcelona, you have to beat them just because you let them talk. They have all the talking rights, all the bragging rights because they're winning. They
Yeah.
have that. They can do that. But Real Madrid have to equalize. They have to get that punch back because I mean it's unacceptable.
Look, it doesn't matter if Real Madrid are playing Barcelona in the United States in a preseason friendly. It still matters. That is still the biggest preseason friendly you could possibly have. There's still bragging rights on the table. And those fans, I don't care if it's a preseason friendly. Real Madrid fans want to beat Barcelona, and Barcelona fans want to beat Real Madrid. That's just what it is. So obviously, in the league, especially going on a 3-game win streak against Real Madrid, Barca fans, that's of course what they want. I mean, that's basically a better than a league title. You know what I mean? And obviously, they will still win the league title if that happens. So it's one of those things. Even just for pride, playing for pride, like Barcelona, they could lose this game and they still might win the league. But at least Real Madrid would be able to say,
This will
we
be
swept
the
you in the
puncher's
league.
chance. Yeah, this is the puncher's chance Real Madrid have, and even if they win and they don't win the league, they can still have that. When we played them head to head in the league, who
We beat
won?
them twice. Yeah, we
We
both
beat
beat them
them
both
twice
times.
in the league. And obviously, Madrid are still in the Champions League. They're always going to have that bragging right forever until like the history of football, until the history of the world dies. Because I don't think Barca are ever going to win more Champions League. So Madrid fans can always down the
They'd
hill.
have to win.
Well, how are
They'd have
you
to
in
win
the
10 in a
Champions
row
League?
just
They'd have
to.
to win 10 in a row to be in that combo. But obviously, this is a pride match. This is a grudge match. That it always is. I mean, any El Clasico is the most watched, non-cup final game there
Yeah.
is. This
Yeah.
is what the game everybody watches, and I think it's as good. It's kind of fell off a little bit, when
Ever since Messi and
obviously
Cristiano,
Messi and Ronaldo left, but they're starting to the
it's
rivalries are
getting
fitting. The
better again.
storylines are getting better. I mean, we're starting to see the rivalries,
Vinny
Arejo and
Araujo,
then
yeah.
Vinny. It's Araujo. I'm sorry, I keep fucking saying Arejo, but that's what we go to watch. We go to watch these storylines because those are just as good as the game is.
Yeah. So obviously Barcelona, they still are dealing with a little bit of injuries. I mean, Pedri's not going to be there, Dembele's not going to be there, but I still expect them to be able to get it done, similar to how they did in the Copa del Rey
So,
first
I
leg.
mean, they're still dangerous even without those guys.
Yeah, of course. And obviously, they're going to have Robert Lewandowski. I mean, it's one of those things. Will he finally perform in a big match? I'm going to be excited to see it.
Especially in the league match. I think he scored on us in the Super Cup. I think.
No,
Yeah,
in the Super Cup, yes.
in,
Yeah.
in the Super Cup, but in the league, he's still yet to score on. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's going to be looking out there and wanting to perform. Obviously, he's going to be going up against Benzema, guys. I mean, I've compared
That's a
him
big
to
rivalry.
everybody compares him to. That's arguably the two best nines in the world. So
And you've always said Benzema's way clear, obviously.
way clear. But that's the story. There's another storyline. There's great storylines to this game. It's a must see game, and I can't wait. I always love El Clásicos.
So obviously, you've predicted Real Madrid to win, but what is your score prediction for this match? And ultimately, talk me through that.
I think it's going to be a very close match, but I think Madrid are going to get it done. They're going to get it done with their grit and be able to squeeze out a 2-1 victory. I think it's going to be very close, but Madrid are going to just take it at the last minute. I'm not going to say 95th minute, but towards the final 30 minutes of the match, we're going to see a winner.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go ahead and say Barcelona obviously winning, like I said, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's going to be a tight match. Honestly, I'm going to have to say 2-1 Barca, just because Barca's attack is not extremely lethal. Obviously, I can't say they're going to score 4, you know what I mean? Even though they did put a 4 in the league against Madrid last year. But this is a different Barcelona team, very strong in the defense. But Madrid will find a way to score. I'm going to go ahead and say 2-1. Maybe similar to you, in the second half, I think we see a winner for Barcelona.
Yeah, if I'm going to be as objective as possible, I think this game is going to get decided within that last 30 minutes, of the game, to where, it's who wants it more, who's more complacent,
Mm-hmm. And ultimately, that might decide who wins this match. Ultimately, it will be very interesting. Obviously, this is pretty much a title decider. I mean, this is as big as it gets for El Clasico, so it's one of those things. Let me know in the comments down below. Let us know in the comments down below. What do you think is going to happen in this El Clasico? Do you think Real Madrid will win? Will Barca win? Will it be a draw? What do you think is going to happen? Let us know in the comments. Do you think Vinny will finally have a good performance against Araujo? Let me know in the comments down below. He's saying put your money on it. So go to the bookies and start betting on it, I guess. But without further ado, subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, comment like I said. But I'm Zach.
I'm G.
And we will see you next time for another video. Peace.